Guys, it has been a very productive week. In my own opinion, one of the most productive week in a very long time. You see, sometimes we have weekends where we just sell 2 items. It's not uncommon because if you sell in the category which I sell, which is used computers, desktop PCs, laptops, everything between the mix, it's not uncommon for you to have like 2-3 sales in a weekend. But this particular week here, it was amazing. At the point, I was thinking perhaps it could actually be because of the fact that Windows 10 is gradually coming to an end. Today is the 6th of October. From the 14th of October, Microsoft have said, we are going to be ending security supports and updates for Windows 10. So a lot of people might be thinking now, okay, I might think I want to get a new PC at this stage. So when I saw the orders coming in, I was telling myself, perhaps it could be connected to the fact that people are already trying to upgrade their systems, get a Windows 11 compatible PC. People might begin to think, I think I have used my PC for a very long time. This is the best time for me to actually go ahead and upgrade it. And the orders kept coming in. But at some point, I also did see that even the older generation, PCs also did sell. But then today, I'm going to be shipping out this iPad Air 5th gen, a processor, an Intel Core i5-8400, which sold for €41.90. The iPad sold for €444. And then this complete PC here is actually the biggest transaction for today because I did make a video about it yesterday. I'm going to go ahead to pack this PC. It's a lot that's going to be going into this particular PC because typically this is going to be the first time I will be packing something like that, not because of the PC itself, but the monitor is very huge, and we're going to be seeing to that. Hopefully I'll be able to document the process, and if I can't, definitely I'm going to be coming here to tell you what my findings were, how is the best way to actually go ahead and pack something like that. Then an iPad also did sell for €229.15, and then another complete PC also with the giant monitor. So at this point, I was telling myself, definitely this has to do with the fact that either people are beginning to prepare themselves for the, to upgrade their PCs to Windows 11, or we are already seeing a station where we are in Q4 and people are beginning to offload their profits. People will not want to wait till the last minute before they can, say, what, I think I want to spend a portion of the income for this year, because if you have to keep it without spending it, you'll be doing yourself a lot of disservice because the taxman is going to come and put his hand on that money. So a lot of sensible organizations, before the year runs to an end, they want to buy stuff that they need. This could range from computers, office furnitures. They want to upgrade so many things they have. And because I say in this category, Q4 typically tends to be a very good time for us because laptops are being sold, iPads are being sold, desktop PCs are being sold. Companies just want to, spend a portion of what they've made in the year, to make their office look better, their processes look better. It makes no sense to be making a lot of profits. And at the end of the day, you don't have a responsible PC that you can fall back to. You don't have a very good office chair that you can actually sit on and feel comfortable. So this is the best time that people tend to spend their profit. Of course, it's not just only if you sell in the electronics category. It cuts across all categories. People tend to buy, new clothes for Christmas. They've used their clothes from January to there about October, November. People are thinking about, just offloading their wardrobes, getting new kind of clothes, shirts. Those that work in a corporate environment especially tend to do this. And also, some people also do a kind of home makeover in this time. So Q4 generally starting from October, it's always a very good time for e-commerce. This is exactly so because take a look at the adverts now. A lot of adverts are flying all around. Go onto YouTube, go onto Facebook, TikTok. Companies are spending the remaining of their ad budget just to advertise their goods, because on the 31st of December, if you still have money that's supposed to be for ads for 2025 still with you, it makes no sense. It's going to be going to your profit. And like I said, the taxman will be very happy, to put his or her hand in that money. Of course, the first complete PC did sell for €747. The iPad, like I said, sold for €229.15. And then the next complete PC sold for €827.89. Decent transactions. Like I said, it's going to be quite a lot of work to pack these things. But I'm not going to stop myself from using the bubble wraps. I'm going to ensure that I use as much as is humanly possible to ensure that this monitor stays safe. And then a Fujitsu Exprimo G558. This is one PC didn't really sell for a long time. I've had it for quite a while, but from nowhere, I was surprised yesterday. You know, the PC sold for 285 euros, decent transaction, easy to ship out. This is just a mini PC, so it doesn't really cost me a lot of time or effort to pack this. I think I can actually do that in less than 3 minutes. Come think of it, today I'll actually try to see exactly how many minutes I need to ship out a mini PC like this. Of course, I know that it takes me very little time to do that, but I really didn't, you know, take note of the exact time. So before I do that, I'm going to set the timer, you know, from the beginning to the end of the shipping process. Let me see exactly how much time that actually takes for me. And then a beautiful PC here, a HP EliteDesk 800 G6, sold for 432 euros 8 cents. This is a very good transaction. I'm not going to lie. I sold one of these PCs here, you know, just 4 or 5 days ago. I also did make a video about it on my other channel. But then yesterday I saw that this PC sold again at about 5:50 in the evening. That is very good. I'm going to be shipping that out. And also a Fujitsu Exprimo Q558 white sold again 320 euros and 54 cents. Guys, these are amazing transactions. I'm also impressed with what eBay can actually do. It's kind of strange because sometimes when this platform begins to act up, you know, from nowhere, people are no longer clicking, people are no longer buying. That's what it is. But then boom, everything gets fixed from nowhere. People just seem to be unable to stop buying items. Exactly what we need as resellers. The idea of us coming here to sell is for us to be able to bring our goods and have people looking at them, potential buyers clicking on them and possibly buying. Because if the idea is just to list your items and then everything goes cricket, this is not going to be good. It's not going to be good for us as sellers and for the platform as well, because truth be said, eBay also depends on us to make money. They depend on us, the income they make from our transactions, to also pay their workers. You know, of course, I know they have other businesses that they are involved in, but the commission they make from the sales is also a substantial part of the eBay revenue. And when things are not working, I don't think the platform also sleeps. I feel like eBay is also like on edge when things are not selling. They are also like, what's going on? How do we push this thing further? How do we show this product to more people? I'm particularly impressed because when I go onto Instagram, Facebook, I keep seeing eBay ads. And when you go onto Google, you can actually do the test right now. Go there, put on Google any kind of PC, just could be a Fujitsu or a Lenovo PC. You're going to see on the top section where the, you know, sponsored posts are on Google, a lot of ads, different companies, and eBay is also conspicuously represented there. They are spending the money we give to them, the money they take from from promoted listings, the money they take from the transactions fees. They are actually putting it back to the business to make sure that people get to see this item, and that is very, very impressive. So guys, I just came to the warehouse now. It's still pretty much early, 8:11 in the morning, and I felt like, okay, I'm going to drink coffee and in this time just talk to you guys, go over what I've sold, and, you know, take a deep breath because sometimes when you sell, you know, computers, like I said, 8 items a day. I'm just taking a look at exactly how many items I need to ship out again. 8 items a day doesn't seem to be a lot when you sell, you know, clothing, books and stuff like that. But when you sell computers, 8 items to ship out in one day could be actually a lot, because typically things can go wrong from anywhere. And this is exactly what we are prepared for. Whenever I come to the warehouse, I'm telling myself, it doesn't matter what, anything that wants to go wrong, I am ready, you know, to take charge of it, because this is the motivation I give to myself. Because when you focus on the things that could go wrong, I'm telling you guys, you might not be able to even do anything. You might just come in the morning and the only thing you want to do, sit down, just drink coffee the way I'm drinking right now. But if you understand that, yes, it's typical for things to go wrong. A power supply can just trip off. You know, a particular PC that was tested before might suddenly decide not to work anymore. And, you know, you might be setting up a PC and from nowhere the PC shuts down, or the PC has just refused to boot up with the RAM. There are thousands of things that can go wrong. And when you are packing the PCs, you know, the packaging material could be too small, it could be too big, you know. There are just a lot of combinations in between. But then I do not tend to focus on the things that can go wrong. I focus on the fact that, yes, I am in charge here. And if I use my time correctly, I should be able to do everything I need to do in record time. And using your time correctly will mean that I'm coming here this morning. I'm just here now checking my emails, checking a little bit of YouTube, see what is going on. Because if you sell on a platform, say eBay, it's always best for you to be, you know, at par with what is going on the platform on which you sell. Of course, you're not going to be watching every YouTube video or trying to find out every little post on the eBay community, but sometimes it's always good to just look around, see what the trending posts are, what the trending feature is, and see if there's a particular thing that you are not aware of that you can actually use for your business. So I'm just doing that right now, checking my emails, replying some of the emails, and also going ahead, to print some of the shipping labels I need, because all this is just going to make it possible that as soon as I start working, everything is just going to be on autopilot. And if I'm able to do that and lock the whole process in and not waste my time, like I said, checking irrelevant stuff, doing unnecessary things, only doing the things that's going to move the needle for today, I should be able to meet up with every shipping goal that I have. And these 8 items, hopefully by the end of today, they are going to be at the post office. But I can pretty much imagine that it's going to be a very long day. But positively speaking, a very successful day. I'm already speaking it up front. And I kind of understand that it is going to be like that. Guys, we're going to be leaving it here, but then let me know what it has been on your own business. Have you been recording, record-breaking sales? Have things been cricket? Let me know how it has been. Interact with the videos. The only problem I have is that a lot of you tend to watch these videos, but you guys do not seem to ask me questions. You do not seem to, put, some of your thoughts on the comment section. I want to encourage you in this video. Go ahead, comment, ask me anything you want to know about, reselling in general. And if you want to be more specific about selling computers and stuff like that, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I am here today to answer all your questions. But that being said, if there's any other thing I need to, draw your attention to, I'm just going to hop on here later in the day and let you guys, see that. Until I see you again in the next one, peace.